Yes, good evening, very good evening, everyone. In
Good
this
evening.
today's discussion, good evening, Mr. Kelkar.
Good evening.
So, as everyone knows, today again we have came together to discuss a most relevant topic that is under discussion today. And today's topic is about work culture.
Yeah.
So, it has been discussed that Indian work culture is becoming more toxic day by day. So we are going to explore this aspect, and we will check whether it is really toxic or it is something else. So most welcome, Mr. Chintamani Kelkar, in today's discussion.
Okay. Our topic is Indian work culture against European work culture.
Yes. So
Let us
before
see. Very
proceeding further, before proceeding, I would like to set the context, and I will ask my first question in the same context. So, what happened in the last few months? We have seen a surprising shift in conversations around culture in India. There are so many social media posts, LinkedIn posts going viral, and employees openly criticizing overtime expectations, and even global professionals commenting on Indian corporate culture. Clearly, this is no longer a casual debate. It's a burning
Yeah.
topic that touches emotions, careers, and future of our workforce.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would like to ask my first question, sir. Uh, Before we get into deeper, why do you think the topic of Indian work culture has suddenly become a national talking point? What is really driving this debate, sir?
Okay. So, good evening once again. Why it is because India is becoming the fourth economy. At the same time, US President declares its dead economy. Then the third is US economy is going down. People see shut down. And the fourth
Right,
is we are above Japan. We are the fourth place, nearing to Germany. So
right.
now entire world is looking at us. So everybody is sometimes it is derogatory, but this is natural that people are talking about Indian working practices, work culture. Yes, that is correct. So the reasons are very obvious because we are going ahead and we are visible to the people. Earlier, it was not that. So this is the main reason things are coming up.
Yes. So my next question will be: so it is just a social media trend or a reflection of a larger structural issue that is going on in our workplaces? What is exact phenomenon?
No, no, I will not say media because you and me make the media. I will go a little back on the history of work culture. Generally, we say European work culture. Now I'm in Europe as on date for last around 25 days, and I'm really observing the whole work culture. And I will say that work culture of Europe started somewhere by end of World War II. 45 onwards, everything was set. NATO was set. All countries, European countries, were working that they must go up. They were technologically superior, and then they said that yes, we are going to be superior. But Indian of Indians, they were traveling to USA because language. They were traveling to UK because English language, and US was getting more. They are welcome actually. All Indians were welcome in UK and USA, and they were exploring. And as USA was coming up, Indians were coming up. So there was no problem of work culture because Indians were getting adjusted to the culture of the country they had been going. Now the reverse trend has started. You must have observed that 125 persons, along with the Prime Minister from UK, they are coming to India for a business pact, some understanding, and they are coming to India. Now the trend is changing. That's why Indian work culture, because you will say that English people, Rolls Royce or British Airways or so many universities, they are likely to be working hand in hand with Indians. So Indians are going to act like their partners. That's why the Indian work culture is now coming up. Now, talking about European work culture, because Germany is above us and all other European countries are behind us. So, I am talking about European work culture. European work culture, as on date, I will say one of the best, no doubt. World War started, World War closed, 45 onwards, 75 years continuously. They had been doing fantastic. Work culture is still good. What has happened wrong is somewhere around 20 years ago or 2005 somewhere, my battery is low. Just give me a second.
Yes, sir, please.
So 6 days working initially, they were working very hard. After that, technological advancement, robotics has come, everything well set. Productivity was not going down, productivity was going up. But 2005 onwards, some leaders, I am saying very precisely, has taken a decision that they will welcome refugees. And
Mm.
when they started, the whole problem started that productivity is going down because lot of overheads, liabilities are coming up in these countries. And those who have come as refugees, asylum seekers, migrants, they are not contributing to national exchequer. Productivity is going down, people are getting retired, new persons, because growth rate is different, but the birth rate of Europe is very low. So these people are increasing, but they are working in restaurants, they are cleaning the floors, they are not going in industry, they are not skilled to go into the industry. That's why a very wrong decision on the part of politicians has put entire Europe into a problem, and that is why the productivity is going down. Recently, I understand Germany has taken decision. It is still not completely on papers. They are going ahead on having more and more. The retirement age is going to be plus 70. So this is a decision they have taken in emergency. They are inviting, politicians are inviting Indians, but Indians cannot go because of the language. So this is a very tight situation for the Europeans. Very good work policy, work culture, very good. But the politicians have put them down. And that is why now Europeans are somehow making a mind, only politicians, that they have to go to India. So now they have to talk about Indian work culture. This is the whole scenario. Why Indian work culture is coming up every time, because these countries are now realizing they have to work with India. So work culture of India is in focus. So there is no media hype as such, I will say.
Yes, as you have rightly observed that India is growing at a world politico-economic platform, and more people are looking towards India. And these are the days where Europeans are having a first-hand experience about Indian work culture. But before going further, I would like to ask a different question here. Do you think it is fair to compare India's work culture with that of Europe and America? Because if you see the socio-economic and political realities of US, Europe, and India, they're altogether different. These places are fundamentally different worlds and with different priorities. So, do you think this is fair to compare with European work culture?
There is nothing in fair in business. If obvious things are obvious, people are talking. I will say one thing. First of all, let us understand what is work culture in India. So there is no specific work culture in India. We had many great businessmen, business houses rather. Tata, so Tata had a culture. Birla had a culture. Then Kirloskar had a culture. Shapurji had a culture. So every businessman was doing great business in India, and they had their own cultures, and people were following the cultures of the businessman. रादर इंडिया के नॉर्थ इंडिया में कुछ लोग लाला कल्चर बोलते हैं, वो लाला कल्चर भी था इंडिया में. सो पीपल वेर वर्किंग विद द कंपनी, दे हैड बीन फॉलोइंग द कल्चर which was set. So India is, maybe before COVID, it was into that culture. After COVID, lot of things have changed. After startups have come, they are doing different business. So now Indian culture is definitely under evolution. It is getting evolved now, because now foreigners are approaching Indians. They say that this should be good, this should. So people are accepting it. It is not that we are stubborn. We are accepting things. But Indian culture of work is evolving, I will say. I will not say it was bad or good. I will only say that it was based on the businessman who was controlling the business. So business culture, rather say, work culture was different. This is my specific answer. One more thing which I will say: the Indian businessman, whether it is Tata, Birla, or even Bajaj, they have done a great thing by bringing business to a very good platform where automation was there and everything was there. I don't give any credit to politicians for this. Even after 2014, when India is really going very strong, what our Prime Minister has done, he has put the data in front of the world very precisely and very actively. He has done the activity of putting the data in front of the world. That's why we are now in a position. Definitely, our business people, including Reliance and everybody, they are doing hard work. But precisely, politicians have put the data in front of the world. That's why we are now fourth position. So credit goes to our businessmen. Credit goes to those who have worked hard to make India on the fourth position. This is my, and culture is evolving. I will not say bad or good. It is evolving.
Yes, and rightly said that Indian culture, work culture is evolving day by day. And why we are discussing all these points? Because if we observe in past couple of months, there are back-to-back incidences where various people highlighted this aspect, this difference in culture. For example, there was a Russian woman who has been working in India since last 12 years, and she observed some different kind of things about Indian work culture. That there are no fixed hours, working hours are very long. Even people have to attend calls and emails at late night. Again, even in the last few weeks, last week there was a viral post of a Indian guy who is working in a Canadian startup, and he said that in Canada there are no fixed hours, but in India we have to work around 40 to 45 hours per week. Uh, and again, a few months back, there was a Gen Z employee who refused to stay back late. And so these are the various incidences when these kind of cultural differences are highlighted. So, do you think that these incidents are isolated, or they reflect a deeper cultural problem in Indian workplaces?
As I said, it is evolving. So it may be, there may be some problem, but those who are coming from outside will definitely face the problem. The question is, let us compare step by step. European culture is now 4.5 days working,
Right,
4.5 days strictly. But I'm in Austria as on date. I'm observing it. 12:30 the office closes Friday,
right,
and 4.5 day working. So productivity has gone down 35 hours to 40 hours. These people are working. So similarly, Canadians, similarly, US people are working. Now, if you come to India, where people are deliverables oriented, I will call it deliverables oriented. You have to deliver. Whether you work on your laptop, I will say that in Europe, nobody carries the laptop home. They simply keep everything in office. But India is a place where people, marketing people, lot of sales people, lot of senior persons, they have a laptop at home and work. This is how Indians work. You like it or not. If you want India as business partners, you will have to accept it. Second thing, one very important thing, why don't you compare us with China? Why don't you compare us with Korea? Why don't you compare it with Japan? Those who are near to us. Why you are comparing with Canada, which is maybe I don't know which position they are. So I don't want to be compared with those who are not relevant to me. Please compare with me Japan work culture. Please compare with me Korea work culture. Please compare with China. They are above us. So I would like to be compared with people around me, not with somebody who is, I don't know where they are. Canada, I don't know where they are.
right, right. So, you want to say that if comparison needs to be done, it should be done with everybody, or not specifically, or according to our convenience. We are just comparing with US and European counterparts. But
And
I
and
wanted
and,
to
and one
ask,
more thing I would like to add here, Gen Z
yes.
particularly you have spoken, so I will answer. Gen Z
Mhm.
are, they are coming up. They have no experience in industry. They are expressing themselves. We are accepting it. But we don't want to comment on Gen Z as such. We don't want to comment. They are too
Right.
young to comment on the setup.
Right, and they're as you said, Gen Z, they themselves are evolving, they themselves are learning, and they are reflecting upon their experiences. So it will be very early to respond to their comments. So, but I want to ask a layered question here. Uh,
Hmm.
when we talk about comparison, uh, so do you think that the European professionals, those who are coming to India, they are struggling to adapt to Indian corporate culture and Indian setup?
I don't think. See, Europeans are technically good, no doubt. They are their work culture is good. I still say that their work culture is good. The question is context has changed. So they will definitely adjust with India. See, Britishers will adjust with Indian conditions. They have come up with 125%. They will adjust with Indians. So Britishers have adjusted. Europeans will adjust. They will understand how to work with Indians because economy must grow. You may be noting one thing. Four prime ministers tried for this act. This pact has been signed by the Labour Party, but three prime ministers before this have tried for this pact, and finally this fourth prime minister, and all the time Indian prime minister was same. So they had been trying very hard for this. They have succeeded, and they are celebrating it in London also and India also. So similar way, Europeans will also understand that Indian work culture is something which is coming up. मराठी में एक कहावत है उगवत्या सूर्याला सगळे नमस्कार करतात सो रायझिंग सन एव्हरीबडी बोज सो इंडिया इज रायझिंग people have to accept it, but definitely it will not be toxic as you have used the word toxic. It is not toxic. I will say that I have worked with corporates 20-25 years plus. There is a culture. Some people will have to really understand that there has to be a blending of you know modern things and ethics. So ethical working has to come to India. I agree on that part. Lot of good setup has to be done. Structured working has to be done, and people need to be honest, and we have to be very clear what we are talking. So if you want Europeans to come with us, we have to improve a lot. Also, this is acceptable.
Sir, I will be coming to this toxic work culture topic, but I would like to ask a very basic question here. Is there any relation between long working hours and higher productivity? So is it that only if you work for uh, long hours, then only you can ensure productivity? Is it there something kind of something like this?
No, no, not at all. I have seen many companies which have very structured working. This is another subject. We are going away from subject, but still I will say that you need not work for 10 or 15 hours. It is not at all required. If you are, I have seen one thing which I have again mentioned here. People say that Europeans leave the site by 5 o'clock. Okay, but what time they come in office? 7:30 in the morning. 8 o'clock, 100% everybody is functional. So working hours have to be honored. If we are honoring the working hours, 9 hours is quite sufficient to deliver whatever has been given. You need not unnecessarily stay more than 6 o'clock. And if somebody stays, and if a company is pressurizing you or seniors are pressurizing, that's the wrong thing. I will not support that.
Right. So my next
I will
question
give you
will.
example. I will give you
Hmm,
example. In many
hmm.
factories, I have worked in corporates where factories have very strict way of working. 5 o'clock, general shift closes. Maximum 6 o'clock you are working, but I have not seen anybody in general shift working more than 5 o'clock. So I don't know. There are companies which have wrong practices, but I am not to comment on that. I will say that we should stick to working hours and we should finish the work in working hours. That's all. I will
Yes.
not support for a toxic working or working up to 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. That is, I will not support.
I ask this question because many people talk about uh, working hard, dedication towards work, hard work, passion, and even there are instances in India that people were talking about 70 hours a week work. and 16 hours a day work. But my question is, in the next line to that point, are we glorifying toxic work culture in the name of hard work and compassion, hard work and passion for work?
If somebody is glorifying, it's wrong. I will never glorify. I have 40 years in industry business. I have not seen this. This is very bad. You cannot work more than 10 or 11 hours regularly. Maximum 10, because working hours are 9 generally, morning 9 to evening 6. Maximum you can work up to 7 because you are at senior positions. But if you are working, then somewhere there is something wrong with you itself. I have seen my seniors going at 5 o'clock. So how do you expect me to work more than 7 o'clock? I have seen all my seniors going at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So this is something wrong. If seniors are, if okay, I agree one thing. If seniors are staying up to 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, then sometimes the juniors. But this is a bad culture. I will not support this. And if you want to show your um, competency, it can be shown in working hours only. It is not required.
Right, right, right. And you have rightly said that the productivity is nothing to do with how many long hours you put in. And again, there is no point in glorifying hard work and working for long hours. So, sir, I would like to ask further question. After having discussed all these aspects, means comparison of Indian culture with US, Europe, and even with Japan and China, what lessons we must take from all this discussion? I would like to have a pointed answer from you. Lessons for the employers as an organization, and lessons for the workers or the workforce, and especially the younger generation who is entering into the workforce or about to enter in this workforce. So, what are the pointed lessons that we should take away?
See, first of all, the employers or the owners of the company, they have to set uh, objectives very precisely, measurable objectives for all down the line. And measurable objectives is number one. Number two, since we are precisely talking on work culture, so I will stick to work culture. Second thing, if somebody is not performing, he must be told in a very polite way that you are not performing. And this discussion must be on a piece of paper that these are the parameters, these are the measurements. You have been found to be working below expected levels. This type of talk should happen. If you are talking subjective, nobody is going to accept it. So first of all, the owners or the senior persons must set measurable targets, and they must stick to measurable targets only. They must talk with reference to that thing. And subjective talking will not make any difference. Subjective talking will continue to be toxic matters. So first of all, second thing, what as owners they must create a structured working. So personal policies, many companies, MSME particularly, I see they do not have structured HR policies. So we have to have structured HR policies. We have to align with statutory guidelines. All licenses should be with us. These are all the things which give confidence to employees. So these things, if you are not doing, then employees are observing you. If you are not having a proper HR policy, then people are observing you. They will make an impression out of that. So first of all, the employers or the owners must set a good example of good governance. A qualified HR person should be there. Second thing, employees, they must be very clear that they are performing. They are checking themselves that they are performing. Their objectives are set. They are always quarterly or half yearly, they are talking to their seniors, they are performing or not. They must one statement was there by Narayan Murthy recently that we must work 14 hours. Now this 14 hours is made a lot of discussion among so many, but I will say that you must work 9 hours, and 5 hours you must sharpen your skills. If you are not sharpening your skills, then you are going to be trouble, because every day is a different day. So it is very much important for IT people. They know they have to sharpen their skill because new softwares are coming up. Everything is new coming up. They are always sharpening. So technical people also and other people also, they should sharpen their skills. It is their responsibility to sharpen their skills. So the 5 hours, 9 plus 5, the 5 hours are actually given to them to sharpen their skills. not to work in the office. 9 hours, if they are sharpening their skills, they are performing exactly in 9 hours. And if even if the employer is not happy, they are ready to go. They should be ready to go elsewhere because they should not work in toxic atmosphere. The third thing, Gen Z. Gen Z, I will say that first of all, orientation is very important. Gen Z don't know what to do in corporate culture, what to do in factories, what is expected. So it is our responsibility to make them aware what are the expectations. So I will say Gen Z is not wrong. We are not putting them into proper orientation. These orientation should work in colleges, goal setting, all these things should be taught to them in their college days. And orientations setup must be happening to them so that Gen Z can really cope up with corporate expectations. Many corporates say that graduates available in market are not employable, so this is because of that. So orientation is important. So I will say that these three things are very important. There are many things that we can go on talking, but precisely this.
Right, right. So thank you so much, Mr. Kelkar, for this insightful conversation. And I would like to say that today's discussion made one thing clear, that India is at a turning point in our work culture. Comparing ourselves only with West is incomplete, and blindly chasing the extreme discipline of China and Japan isn't the answer either. India must build its own model, as you said that we are evolving and we need to build our own work culture, our own model, a culture that values productivity over presentism, trust over micromanagement, and ambition without burnout. So we don't need longer hours, as you say. Even you gave a very important takeaway that even if you are required to work for 14 hours, 9 hours you must work in office, and remaining hours you must work
Sharpen the skill.
for, to sharpen your skills. So this
Yeah.
was a most important takeaway for the younger generation. So we don't need longer hours. We need smarter systems and stronger leadership. The future will belong to companies that balance performance with people. And this is not just an HR issue. This is a important, significant nation building priority. So thank you so much, Mr. Kaker, and I would
Yeah.
like to thank all the viewers as well. Thank you for watching this conversation and joining us. And I would like to know from you your thoughts and your comments about does India need a work culture revolution? Please comment below, share your thoughts, and let's further this discussion in the comment section. Mr.
Thank you.
Kaker, thank you once again, and we will meet once again next Monday, same time.